Hello, hello! Thank you for joining me tonight. My name is Alyssa Thomas from Penguin and Fish, where we make lovely and quirky hand embroidery kits. And I'm here every weeknight at 8:30 p.m. Central Time, and it's about an hour where we can relax and craft together, and we work on a project from beginning to end. And we have been working through the Charming Chevrons quilt by Krista Watson of Krista Quilts. And we're going to continue on this again tonight. We are stitching in the ditch of all these zigzags. So we are quilting our 3 layers of the quilt together. So the front, the back, and then the batting in the middle. We're now sewing those all together. So we're going to continue that more tonight. We are almost to the free motion quilting of it all, which is the stage that I am going to learn because I have no idea how to do that. I'm doing a little studying and we will give it a little try, and this is going to be a learn as we go quilt that I wanted to do specifically to learn how to free motion quilt on. So all my quilts, every project that I do really kind of has a purpose, back in my head purpose. I'm rarely just making something to make it. I'm always like, ooh, let's try this idea, or what if this looks good with this, or what would that look like, or I don't know how to do this skill. Let's build a project around that skill, and that's what this is for me, is just playing with this free motion quilting. So we are almost to that stage. We're going to get a little bit closer tonight. So, all right, guys, I am going to flip you around. Let me know how your weekend went. And thanks again for joining me tonight. All right, so here I got the quilt all folded up here. I need to unfold it again. So we were stitching in these zigzags just in the ditch. What that means is just when the seam, we're going to stitch right where the seams meet. So I think this is where we left off. We got to do a couple more rows this way. But I realized this afternoon that I have been stitching my top thread with this red color, and I was only going to use this red color for my bottom thread, my bobbin. So I'm using this kind of little gift pack of Madeira cotton thread. This is 30 weight cotton thread. It's kind of like a little sample pack of a bunch of colors. So I was just going to use these up. I didn't want to buy anything new, so I'm just using these up. But since I only have kind of 2 reddish colors, I got this kind of bright red and this kind of maroon red, I was going to use this red for all of my bobbins until I ran out of bobbin. And then I'd switch to something else. But I have been using this for a top thread too, so I have even less on here. You can see even less than I thought. So before we get too far, I'm gonna do another bobbin of this, because I know based on us counting how many rows it took for the last bobbin, I know we're gonna probably need one of these either tonight or tomorrow. So I thought we'd start there, and then I'll set this aside so I don't accidentally use it again. Or, maybe we'll just kind of use it up. So here is the top of my machine. We'll stick this on here. Go through the bobbin area. So now I always come up from the middle and go through one of the holes there, and I grab the thread there. Then that activates the bobbin. I do want to make sure the wheel is separated. So now the needle shouldn't run when I do the bobbin, but it's been a little sticky since the last time I brought it back from the shop, so I might just have to hold it there a bit. Oop, gotta turn on the machine first. Yeah, see, the needle still wants to go down until I hold it there for a sec. There we go. Yeah, I don't know, needle just still wants to go down. It's just being sticky. Okay, there it goes. All right, so since this is 30 weight thread, it doesn't just rip off as easily. Sometimes you can just hold this up and it'll eventually break off, but 30 weight thread is a little thicker, so it's a little more difficult. But there we are. Pedal all the way down. Wonder how much more we can get out of this thread. I think we'll just do a couple of these tonight. That seems to be staying. There, when it's done, when it fills up enough, it pushes this back, and that stops the whole thing from running. So I'm going to just snip that. Let's just put this one on deck, and I'm going to see how many more I can get out of here. It already looks like we're pretty low here. We might not get much in this bobbin. But there, if I don't have any of this, if I don't have this spool hanging around because I've used it all up in the bobbins, then I won't accidentally use it for the top anymore. I'm just going to snip that again. Yeah, it's winter over by you guys. Ooh, it's coming off. I'm going to go a little slower here. And there we go. That's one spool down. That always feels good. I feel like I'm using up stuff. So that's all we're going to get out of this bobbin. This is going to be on deck 2 because we still actually have some bobbin left. So all right, so now I'm going to switch to my top thread, which is what I should have been using the whole time, but it's this it's just a slightly more maroon color. So all right, I'm going to tighten my wheel again. That'll make my needle move. Let's I'll thread this guy for you. All right. Once you've threaded your machine a bajillion times, it goes pretty quickly. You know all the little parts that you need to go in and out of. I'm going to just give it a clean cut so it's a little easier to thread. Although I think I didn't do that very cleanly. All right. We'll get down in here. And then we'll start sewing. I got to unfold my quilt again. I folded it up because on Friday, it was Finish It Friday, the first Friday of the month. And we worked on the Splendid Sampler quilt a little bit. So I folded this one up just to get it out of the way. But I worked on that label, and I did not quite finish it yet. But I'm hoping that I'll get it done maybe this weekend. Stitch a little bit more on, or at least the embroidery part of the label, and then maybe I'll bring it back on here, and we can finish up the sewing of it. Okay, unfold this filler. And it's probably just easier to store this all crumpled up while you're quilting. Gretchen, I just thought we'd get back onto this again. It was just going to take a long time to embroider. So I will, I'm doing that big embroidered label for the Splendid Sampler. I'll finish the embroidery of it, but then I'll definitely come back on here before I do all the sewing of it. So don't worry. I knew I was going to do. I did that kind of like that goofy, complicated way of doing a label. I will finish that with you guys here. So I won't leave you hanging. I just will do some of the embroidery. just because that's going to be super time consuming. I wouldn't have finished that tonight. But I'll do the embroidery and then come back and we'll finish the label. All right, here's my first row. So it looks like we have, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 more of these to go. But yeah, Gretchen, I will come back to it for sure. So I think I'll probably stitch on it on this weekend a little bit. Hoping I can grab some time this weekend, and yeah, then I will come back and we'll finish it up here. Okay, I think I'm kind of set up here again. We're dealing with the bulk. All right. Just trying to get angled right to start. All right, I think we're good. I just like holding the threads when I start because on my machine, if I don't, then it'll suck it all back in into the machine. Okay, now let's get the little grip it out to help us here. Just trying to get a flat working surface here. All right, rotate. So we'll probably just get maybe, well, I don't know, we'll see how it goes tonight. I was thinking maybe we would just get 2 of these rows done tonight, but hopefully we can get a little bit, maybe we can get the 3rd one done. We've been doing 3 a night, but I had to take care of those bobbins. We're all stacked up now, which is good. And I think once we finish this part of the quilting, well, actually I know for sure, once we finish this part of the quilting, all these zigzags, it will be time to switch the needle again. I want to be fresh with all new stuff before we free motion quilt. So new needle, I think I'll clean it all up again, I'll oil it again. We don't want just like machine maintenance stuff to be messing us up. Because I'm sure there's going to be enough other things that will be messing me up. I don't need my machine. My just like, keeping the machine in good shape. I don't need that to be the thing that does it. But I'm getting excited. We're getting there. We might even get to do a little of it this week even, because with just 7 more of these little bits, that's just like a little, maybe 2.5 days worth. So maybe, so maybe this week will be a combo. We'll stay on this week. So maybe this week will be a combo of finishing up these zigzags and then working on that label a little bit more, finishing for the Splendid Sampler, getting that all the way done. And then next week we can start fresh with some free motion quilting. Getting to it. So the higher the weight of thread, the larger the needle. Yes, in general. So it's you have to think about it as the thickness of the thread and the eye of the needle being able to be big enough to make that thickness of thread be easy to go through. So because we're using a little thicker thread, the 30 weight is a little thicker than what we've been piecing with. We've been piecing with 50 weight. So the 30 weight is fatter. the eye of the needle needs to be a little bit bigger than what we've been using, so that the thread passes through the eye of the needle without kind of scraping the edges and adding drag and that sort of thing. So you can do a test to see what works. Well, sometimes on the thread it'll say what size needle to use, so I would use that as a guide. But yeah, right now we're using 30 weight thread and what is it, a 90-12 needle. Just a universal needle. It's funny, so we're starting on the other side of the quilt, so we start our zigzags at a different angle. I feel like I'm not used to this angle. Like I feel like it liked the other angles better. I don't know. I think that might all be in my head. The number on the needles, they get higher, and you guys correct me if I'm wrong, but they get higher like the fatter, I suppose, they get. So the bigger the needle, the bigger the number. And I think why there's two numbers, I think that's just two different sets of measurements. Kind of like, metric versus non-metric, kind of like that. But yeah, so the bigger the needle, the bigger the number. Yeah, so we're using a 90 with the 30 weight thread when we're using the 50 weight thread, which is smaller thread. We were using the 70 needle. Yeah, that is what I feel like, Noelina. Like I feel like I'm going backwards. It just, I don't know, the way the fabric is moving feels different. Like the bulk feels different. It's just kind of weird. It's just like it just feels a hair off and you can't quite place it, but I think it's just because we're starting at that other angle. Even though, when we stitch, really the angles are the same, right? Just feels a little goofy. Angles. And the bulk, there's a lot of bulk to my left now, just because, it's the whole quilt to my left. So that needs some muscle to keep moving around, and I don't know. I'm getting used to the bulk again, which is something I'm going to have to definitely get used to when we free motion quilt. So just trying to get my bearings again. Oops, we're going to go one extra stitch. I don't have the needle down function on this machine. I always need to end up with my needle down so I can pivot, because I need to pivot on the needle. Otherwise it'll slide all over the place. So I'm ending up with my needle in the down position just so I can pivot on these corners when I stop. Some machines, like newer machines, have a needle down option, so it will always, no matter what, unless you tell it. Oh, Paula, you got the needle down feature. Yeah, it's a pretty common feature now, but it will, the needle will end up in the down position no matter what. Like if I stop in the up position like this, it'll finish the stitch and go back down. But this machine doesn't have it. This just does whatever the foot pedal tells it to. So if I go a little too far, like a stitch too far, it's because I just didn't tap the needle enough to get it in that down position. So I gotta do that little extra step, and every once in a while my foot will be just a little heavy and it'll go that extra stitch, and I'm like, ah, dang. You know, tish too much metal, or like tish too much of a lead foot there. But yeah, with that needle down option, you don't even have to deal with that. It just goes down perfectly for you. But you do need to, you do want the needle in that down position so you can pivot. Like here, I'm pivoting on the needle, right? And if I didn't do that, then I would be sliding the whole quilt out of place, and I'd probably be making birds' nests, just thread everywhere if I try and get back in position. So it's just a mess. So you do want to pivot on there. Your old singers are older than your machine, however. Oh, you have to turn the hand wheel to get it to the first stitch. Ugh, yeah. Yeah, you really gotta practice with your machine quite a bit. Like I always kind of just tap it a couple times until I get that down position. I'm not, you know, you gotta get, it's like getting used to a car. The pedal on a car, sometimes you touch it barely at all and you're off, you know, and in other ones you got more ease in and ease out. So you just kind of have to know your machine. Oh, easy, no fuss to watch. Jean Truelove. Oh, I'll have to look her up, Nolene. Nolene says she's been watching Jean Truelove on YouTube, and she does a tutorial on free motion, and it's very easy, no fuss to watch. Jean Truelove. I will have to look that up. Actually, I thought I did. Okay, so I'm like, I thought I put a notepad by me so I could write down stuff so I don't forget. And I remember that I do. So, all right, now when you guys say all your good stuff, I'm going to have a notepad here so I can remember. Jean True Love Free Motion Quilting on YouTube. There we go. Got it down. All right, I'm in the down position. We're good. Ready to turn. Yeah, Angela Walters. I follow her. I'm gonna look up some of her stuff again too. And then again, Krista from Krista Quilts here. She does a lot of free motion on a machine like this, a home machine, and has books about it and stuff too. So I'll be looking through her stuff again as well. Jean is very good, funny and talented, down to earth. Ooh, great. Great, great. All right. I think I still need this little grip it. Hold things here for me. Okay, that is done. I've heard a little bit about Nailed It on Netflix, but I haven't watched it yet. I think maybe I don't like to see people struggle with the stuff I want them to be able to accomplish, like the cute cake or whatever. So I think that's what's been keeping me from watching it. I don't want to laugh at, you know, other people trying stuff. Is that weird? I don't know. I just feel like I don't know if I'll be able to watch that. I bet you it's awesome though. I should just throw it on. I'm watching all the Arrested Developments. I didn't watch those when they were on TV, and now they just released like another season of it. So I'm working my way through those, and I'm sure I'll need another TV show when that's done. You'll laugh so loud. No, it's fun. The contestants know. Oh, okay. Oh, you're the same. You feel sorry for them. I want them to accomplish the cool, pretty cakes. I don't want them to feel bad and not know what they're doing. That's not a fun feeling. I bet you it is. Funny though. Oh, that's why you like the British baking series. Oh God, I love that show so much. You know what? I should check that out because I don't think I've seen the latest season. Because, you know, I'm seeing it afterwards. I'm not seeing it when it's live, so I wouldn't mind another great British baking series. That's just a great British baking show. That's just feel good. I don't know. There's something about that show that's so pleasant. It's not like these screamy, you know, like Hell's Kitchen or any of those. It's not like an American cooking competition where it's all stressful. Even though they're going through the same stress and everything, it's just so, I don't know, warming. Oh yeah, so there is that British sewing show. I haven't found that on Netflix or anything though. I'm not sure if they're showing it there. Exactly, Gretchen. Ready, get set, bake. It's just calming. It's like so zen, that show, and I can't quite place it. I keep trying to figure out what is it about that show that makes it just so calming compared to American cooking shows. I mean, you know, it's just how they shoot it for one. It's not all intense. Fast cuts and all this stupid music and stuff. Oh, you're watching Arrested Development too? Funny. So I'm just starting season 4? Season 4 of Arrested Development. So when was this show? It was like, I don't know, over 10 years ago or something, right? Or maybe 10 years ago. But then it went off the air forever, and then it came back on Netflix for another season, and then it went off the air again, and now they just started a whole nother season. So it's like awkward a little bit, Arrested Development, but it's fun. It's fun. I like watching shows now. Like I like watching shows that used to be on that are on now, because you can watch it from beginning to end, and I like that. I like watching them in order from beginning to end. I've definitely been choosing just light-hearted, no-fuss shows lately. Like, I don't know. I haven't been watching any well, actually, we started Westworld. That's pretty intense. All right, this pin's in my way. I'm going to take it out. But just as my general, just chill TV show stuff, I've been just been watching just easygoing stuff. Like I watched all the Parks and Recreations again. Just sometimes you just want to chill and have a laugh, right? So, and they're easy to just stop in the middle too. Like if I'm eating lunch and I'm done with lunch and I need to go back to work, I could just stop on my, I don't have to watch the whole thing because it's so intense and I need to see what happens. It's like, I can pick this up where I left off last. So right now I'm in that mindset as far as TV shows go. Although we have started Westworld again, and that's pretty intense. But that's one of those shows that I watch with my husband in the evening, not just a show to have on for noise's sake. Oh, you watch all of West Wing once a year? Oh man, so we were on a West Wing kick for a while, and we watched tons of seasons of it, but we stopped for some reason. Something else must have started. But yeah, we never made it through all of the seasons, but we got pretty far on West Wing again. But yeah, like shows like that you can just watch that you can watch now from beginning to end. Nice, Glennis. But yeah, like Scrubs is a good one. I watched all of those again. What else? Just like that Kimmy Schmidt show. What is that? The Unbreakable Kimmy Schmidt. I don't know. That one I'm still undecided if I actually really like. I mean, I laugh at some parts, but I don't know. It's pretty goofy. See, Handmaid's Tale, that's one I'd love to watch, but I don't have Hulu, and I don't want to. I'm trying to get rid of stuff. I don't want to buy another thing. We had Showtime for a while so we could watch Shameless, but that was like the only thing we were watching. I'm like, I don't want to pay for this just to watch a couple episodes of Shameless, so we stopped our Showtime thing, but we still got HBO, that HBO Go that you can do on your like Apple TV. So we have HBO Go on there, and then Netflix, and those are the things that we pay for. But we watch a lot of shows on both of those. So I don't know. Should probably just get rid of the whole TV and we'd get a lot more stuff done, but oh well. Oh, Silicon Valley, that's what we've been watching on Netflix. That's one of the funniest shows on TV, I think. But yeah, YouTube, just like YouTube is just huge now for just watching versus, having Netflix or any of those other things, just having YouTube. Because what lots of people are doing these days too. I think I'd probably watch more YouTube stuff if the interface for that was better on our TV. But I barely ever watch live TV. You stream YouTube through the day. See, yeah, like if just the interface is so bad on the Apple TV, I think for YouTube, I'm sure that's by design. But yeah, I have a feeling I'd get into more YouTube shows and stuff if that had a better interface. I don't know, lots of the stuff that I watch I've already kind of seen, and I kind of like just that I don't have to really watch, and it's still funny, and sometimes I just want to zone out and laugh a little. I do watch a lot of YouTube stuff for learning, like quilting and sewing, Nolene, like what you're saying. I do YouTube tons for learning. But when I just want to chill and eat a salad or whatever, or eat my lunch, I don't want to learn stuff. I just want to zone out for 20 minutes. One episode of Arrested Development, and that will be fine. Oh, instant pot videos, Bonnie? Yeah, my mom got one of those and loves it and uses it a ton. She just got one of those fryer things, like those air fryers. That's kind of like the new thing now, right? I'm not sure she's used it a bunch yet though, but we'll see what that's like. I think I am going to try and get one more row out of this tonight. We got time left, so let's do our third row those bobbining didn't take us too long. Speaking of, yeah, we're still stitching. I always get freaked out that I'm going to run out of bobbin. All right, another row out of our hair. I suppose there's a thread cutter on this machine. I never use it. I don't know why. I think because I like the long threads afterwards, so I can pull on them. All right, back up to the top. We'll get our third stitchery row in here. This one. Yeah, this angle just feels so funny for me. All right. I'm veering off a little bit. There we go. Ooh, yes, I'd love to hear how your splendid Sampler 2 fabric picks are coming. Starting to see more and more of those popping up. Ooh, Bonnie, you're doing black and white and bright colors. Ooh, that sounds really fun. Black and white together always looks nice. I haven't started picking yours yet. Going to use what I have. Perfect. Love that. Yeah, I'm still in the use up everything I have mode, and it's still feeling good. So I haven't bought anything new yet. Even with this thread that we used up that spool of thread today is so satisfying. Like, I just want to make it through all my stuff. I think it's maybe it's like a cluttered brain sort of thing. Like, I don't know, do you guys ever feel like when you have just like too much flying around in your brain that you just need to like clean your room? And then once your house is clean, and then your brain just feels cleaner a little bit. I think that's how I'm feeling with trying to just use up everything I have right now for stuff. Oh, it's your first time in quilting that you're not intimidated by the picking fabrics and stuff, Gretchen. That is amazing. That is so exciting. I love it. That is so awesome. Yeah, then you could just get excited about getting the first block. That's going to be coming up next week. Yeah, next week already, right? Yeah, next week, Thursday, I think is going to be block number 1. Exciting! You attack the bathrooms when you need to clean out the brain. Oh my god, that's probably the last place I would attack. I hate cleaning the bathroom. I'll go to my office, I'll clean the office, I'll clean the upstairs, I'll do all the laundry, I'll clean the kitchen, I'll clean everywhere. Bathroom, that would for sure be the last place to tackle for me. like the putting stuff away type of cleaning and, vacuuming. I don't like the scrubbing, and I don't like the deep cleaning. I like the putting the stuff away and getting rid of stuff cleaning. I think that's probably separates the categories of cleaning. You don't have much stash, so you have to fill in. That's perfect. That's kind of what I'm going to be doing too, Gretchen. If I just feel like, man, you know what, I need some darker colors, or I'm running out of, something, then I'm just going to add as I go. You love cleaning the sewing room? Yep, I'm down with that, Robin. It's just, you know where all your stuff is again, and it's all in a good place, and I don't know, just clears the brain or something. There's got to be, someone's written a master's thesis on that, I'm sure. There we go. Oh, Irene, oh good. I'm glad that was helpful. I think that was fun. I'm excited about the fabrics, and that was really fun to talk about it. Thanks for hanging out with me, you guys, the other night to talk about fabrics. I think I might make that into a shorter video. I think I might just cut that part out of our little live session from the other night and just put a little picking fabrics video together with that clip from the live, in case people need some help picking fabrics, and and we talked a little bit about it the other day, and I think maybe I'll get that together for people who are still picking. Oh, that really helped you? Oh, okay, awesome. So yeah, maybe I'll try and get that out this week. Try and do that. Outer order creates inner calm, Gretchen Rubin. That's what it feels like for me, for sure. I think my husband thinks I'm crazy when I do that, or I feel like I'm crazy. I don't feel like I'm crazy, but I feel like, it's always when you are kind of procrastinating a little bit, but it's just, I need that clear space to just function. All right. Oh, you gave your big sewing room to the son and grandson. Oh, you're just working in a small room. Well, the nice thing about moving to a small room is that you can really check over everything and see what you really want to keep and not, and really think about organization systems a little bit more, and really go through stuff. You work best in the chaos. See, I kind of let it build up, which is very clear if you walk around the house. I kind of let the projects build up. I call it drifts. If you guys read my newsletters that I'm sending and stuff, you might have heard me talk about the drifts. I let projects kind of turn into drifts, and then I'll have to, once the project's done, or if it's just too chaotic, then I'll clean it up. But there's some pretty good drifts for a while. I call them drifts because they're always on the side, they're always on the edge of the room or the edge of a wall, and kind of angled up like a snowdrift. It's never like in the middle of the room all organized. It's always drifting snowdrifts on the edge of the wall. Yes. Then sometimes there just comes a point where I can't take it anymore and I have to reorganize it or get it together again, and that'll help me think about the project or whatever it is a little bit better. All right, we are almost done with this row. We're cruising through these. we go. I think we're going a bit faster on this one. I think we might have time for one more here, which would be great because 1, 2, 3, 4. There's only 4 left. And wait, 1, 2, 3, 4. You know what? We did the bobbins and stuff today. I think maybe I'll leave this one as our last one. And then I think tomorrow, I think we got these 3 done so fast. I think tomorrow, now that we're all kind of set up, I think we might make it through these other 4 pretty quickly. Although I think we'll probably need more bobbin at some point. But we already have the bobbins wound. I don't know. You know what? Let's do another one tonight. I'm feeling good in sewing land. I'm going to do one more row. And sometimes you just got to do it when you feel like it can be done, right? So I'm feeling okay. I think we'll do that another row tonight. We'll do another row or until we run out of bobbin. I don't remember. It was like 9 rows before we ran out of bobbin the first time. So I haven't really been counting, but I know it's going to happen before we finish this thing. So whatever comes first, another row tonight or running out of bobbin. Then we'll start it up again tomorrow. But that last one went pretty fast. I mean, we don't have hardly any bulk over here anymore, so it's less to maneuver. Although all the bulk on the left is pretty annoying. But we're getting it done. Whew, and the air just kicked on, so I don't feel like I have a giant quilt in my lap, which is nice. I was getting warm over here. I don't have the quilt. I mean, the quilt's just like partially on my lap, but my foot pedal is really warm and stuff too, so getting a little toasty here, so happy that the air kicked on. It was warm again today, not 90s like last week, but it was getting up there again today. I was dressed too warmly. Had to be mid-80s, I would think. Oh yeah, Jennifer, that'd be great if you could find someone. Yeah, you don't want to hurt yourself. Maybe if there's just like one thing that you hate with cleaning or that's really difficult, maybe just like a young neighborhood kid or something can do it. Like I was watching a YouTube person, and she was like, I'm good with all the things, like all the chores and stuff, but except for when it comes to folding the laundry, like that's where the cogs in the system just kind of broke. She just couldn't, like the folding the laundry, she just could never, I mean, it just piled up, and that was the thing that was jamming up the system, right? Just the folding. So she hired like a neighbor kid to come and just fold laundry. Like that's it. She could do all the other stuff, but just hated doing that part. So maybe if there's just like one tiny, well not tiny, but like one thing that you could like outsource, and like the stuff that hurts the knees the most or something. That might be a way to try and do it. I'd be happy if someone was folding my laundry. For me, it's almost not even the folding, it's the putting it away after it's folded. That sometimes gets put off. And we just have like these perfectly folded laundry baskets full of laundry and nothing's put away. And it gets all a mess again. That's my issue here. Yeah, I don't like mopping and sweeping. Yeah, same with me, Lucy. I don't actually mind the laundry. It's the general maintenance cleaning, like laundry or like putting the dishes away or tidying up or all that, or just vacuuming, just like a quick vacuum of the house. That stuff I'm okay with. It's just the deep clean where you gotta like dig into every corner. Yeah, baseboards, like if they're dirty, and like getting the gloves out and the I don't know. I also don't like wet things. So like when it has to, like I do the dishes and stuff, but like I hate that. Like I hate putting my hands in goop. And like with the bathroom stuff, I just don't like the wetness of it all and the mopping. So the hubs usually does the finicky deep down cleaning, and I stick to the everyday general maintenance cleaning. So that's kind of our trade-off. Which is fine, because I think that's where both of us get the most annoyed. Like I get annoyed with just stuff sitting around, or I need to vacuum like right now, or we don't have any clothing. That's what I get annoyed with. But like he gets annoyed when things like really build up, like like if the refrigerator just has to be cleaned. I need to empty out everything right now and clean it. You know what I mean? He's I think more intense about that stuff. Whereas mine is like the general daily cleany stuff. I can overlook an unclean shower more than him, I guess. Exactly, Gretchen. Yeah, I think when we free motion quilt, I'm wondering if we should start on one of these ends, because it is way easier to maneuver this fabric, or it has been. I guess we're not going to be pulling the fabric back and forth like a zigzag like how we are for this, so maybe it doesn't matter. We'll figure it out. Oh my gosh, Libby! Ship Shawana tomorrow! Oh, cool. You'll have to tell us if you pick up anything fun. So, Libby says she's going to Ship Shawana tomorrow. It's in Indiana, right? It's like an Amish tourist town, right? Almost. There's a lot of Amish people there, and they have a big like sales and craft marts and stuff, antiques, and it's just kind of fun. We went there, I think last time we went through Shipshewana through Indiana, That's where I got my my 2 ironing boards. So you guys remember my big wooden ironing boards, like those antique kind of ironing boards. I got those from Shipshawana. And I love them so much. You find little treasures there for sure. They were just using them as tables to display other things. Oh, I didn't go to the fabric store there. Oh, that'd be fun. All right, so this is the last little bit. We're gonna finish this row and we will stop for the evening. I still really love this fabric. I like all the fabric still. Okay, that is that. Let's clip that and we will call it an evening, I think. Man, we got 4. Did we get 4? I think we did. We got 4 rows done and wound a bunch of bobbins. Man, we were cruising tonight. I think maybe I wasn't sewing as straight, but it's going well. So we just have we have 1, 2, 3 lines to do yet, rows to do, and that is it for like our base stitching. We'll take the pins out. We'll leave the pins along the edge here, but we'll take all the other pins out. We did most of that already, but tomorrow we'll sew these 3 and take these pins out, and then we'll be pretty much set to start free motion quilting. I think maybe I'll switch back to the Splendid sampler, that label. Maybe I'll do a little bit more embroidery in that. We'll do that to the end of the week and see how far we get. And then we'll get back. We'll start the real free motion quilting on Monday then, I think. So, all right, I'm going to flip you guys around and we'll call it an evening. Hello again. I still really like these glasses. They're just so goofy. But anyway, thanks again for joining me tonight, guys. We are like way crooked, but yay, looking great. Thanks, Noeline. Yeah, so I'm really happy that we did these zigzags, though, to start out with, because I think that's going to make the free motion quilting so much easier, because the whole thing will be sewn together already. Nothing's going to wiggle around on us. It's all attached to each other already. Technically, we could be done with the quilting with just these zigzags, but we're adding some free motion quilting to learn and for fun, and that's going to make it a lot easier that this is all kind of tacked down already with these other sewn rows. But awesome. So I'll be back here tomorrow, Tuesday at 9:30, or not 9:30. It used to be 9:30. I will be here at 8:30 p.m. Central Time, and we'll finish this up. Oh my gosh, we're going to totally finish these zigzags. Yay! So I'm excited. Oh yes, plus without the pins, I won't be running into the pins, which slows down free motion quilting. Yep. So this is going to work out great. Awesome. So I will catch you guys tomorrow. I'll get this up on YouTube tonight, and I'll see you again. Have a good evening.